Beale, kick us off.
Congratulations, Michael. A very pleasing start. There was a lot of good things to take out of that match today. Can you give us your thoughts?
Yeah, firstly, well done for surviving the weather, because it was brutal out there today, everyone. Exactly what you said there. I wanted to use everybody. You can imagine for the group, it's been a tough few weeks. There's a lot of frustration in there, and they're hurting. So it's important we had a game. I'd be lying if I didn't think this game was in the way. I just was looking forward to Thursday, so it was important to give everyone, apart from the defenders, we're a bit short, all the front guys, enough time just to get the last few weeks and training out of their system, and I thought there was a lot of good things. I've put quite a lot of ideas into them quickly, and I was pleased with a lot of things today. There was a few red flags that I'll get into with the staff, but it takes time. You're not just going to click your fingers and get everything that you want straight away, but a few of the ideas we've been working on were good. It was pleasing that we didn't have too many problems out of possession, but I think we've also got to be realistic with where Leverkusen are in their preparations, and they're a lot further behind in terms of coming back.
Michael, great result, but as you said, it was unfriendly. But how much does that do for the confidence of the lads in there? As you said, it's about trying to build that up and aim for Thursday. And surely today, a lot of good things, a lot of good play, a lot of slick movement. That's got to be good for the morale ahead of Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it knits things together. I think you don't really know when you're training against each other in training. Everyone knows what we're trying to do, so sometimes they block the things. The other team block the things that you're working on. So it was nice to play against a different opponent. It was nice to play against a really good opponent as well in terms of style. I think Thursday's game will be completely different. I think the players are aware of that as well. But I think today was welcome for them. It's been a lot of time on the training pitch, a lot of talking. Sometimes it's best that footballers just get out and have a run around and play a game. And so today, to get no injuries, obviously we brought Fashion back. It was for 30 minutes. It was meant for 30 minutes as well. There was nothing in it in terms of the way he was playing. It's been a really good day for us. But Thursday is what we're looking forward to, obviously.
Just in terms of Thursday, we spoke before, and you said that the defensive centre defence, the positions there were getting better. Is there an update? Would anybody be expected to be back soon? Maybe Ben Davis, etc. Are we expecting anything like that for Thursday?
If everything goes to plan, I'll have 4 options, not 2 on Thursday. It's just where they'll be at physically. I think the 5 subs might help us, but certainly I won't rush them because we've got a busy period coming up. I was pleased with the 2 lads today. We have to remind ourselves that James Sands is playing out of position and playing out of position very well on a day like today, and young Leon has been thrown in. If it's those guys that we go with on Thursday, I've got every confidence in them. If the group play like that, if the whole team defend like that, I've got all confidence in them. But Ben and Connor, the plan is in the next 24, 48 hours they return to training, which will be hugely important to the group.
Connor Goldson?
Yes.
So that's way ahead of schedule. Thank
you.
you.
Michael, Malik Tillman obviously got a double today, very impressive. What is it about his skill set, or does he have a skill set that excites you for the challenges that lie ahead in the Scottish Premiership?
I'm delighted that he's here, and he wants to play slightly higher, so we're going to give him the freedom to run out of that midfield and get into the positions he is today. At the right time, if we can get control, I think we've got to let Malik Tillman go and make the game and make the team. So that's the lovely thing about football. You have ideas, but certainly players sort of dictate a little bit in terms of you have to allow these players to go and express themselves. And Malik is a fantastic talent. I think we're lucky to have him playing here in Scotland, and he's just 20, and I think he's got a huge future in front of him, hopefully, for this football club.
Michael, could I ask about Adam Devine, who started at left back? He's a right footer. I think he's played there before. How do you think he did, and is that somebody could play going forward, obviously, out of necessity?
All the way through the academy, like Nathan, as you do when you're bringing young players up, the academy staff have played him right and left back, and so he just gets on with it. Sometimes having a right footer at left back means they play inside the pitch more. I thought John Flanagan did that for us a few years ago very well, and it opens up other things. Maybe he'll play into Antonio or Alfredo a bit more. So I've got a lot of trust in Adam. He was a boy that we always had high hopes for when I was here previous, and it's nice to see he's grown up a little bit, along with Leon and Charlie and obviously Alex Lowry, who showed some really nice touches, didn't he, as well?
Michael, could you just expand on Connor being back? Obviously, one of Stephen's first signings, a real key guy for you during that period. And I would imagine morale-wise, it's a huge boost to the rest of the squad to have him back so soon.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a fantastic relationship, and I know that Connor just wants to get out there and play for the team. You know, there was times in the previous time I was here that Connor played when other players might not play, and he's never got praise for that. He doesn't want praise for it. He's just the sort of boy that he is. So he's ahead of schedule. What I won't do is I won't rush him, because I want him to be fit for 90% or 100% of the games that he can be fit for between now and the end of the season. It was his first longer term injury for probably 3 or 4 years, but we're definitely a stronger squad and team and dressing room for Connor's presence. So if he is available, great. Likewise with Ben, but we certainly won't rush him.
Michael, there's been some chat about Glenn Kamara in the press about speculation clubs looking at him. How are you hopeful and eager that you for him to stay at the club beyond kind of January and forward?
Well, if the real Glenn Kamara plays football, there'll always be teams who want him, but obviously with Glenn, you know, for the last few months, for whatever reason, he's not always performed at the level that he can, and he's not always played as a starting player. But I watched back the game with Leipzig the other day, and he gets a half assist for the first goal in that game, and he obviously scores the second goal. So I know how good Glenn Kamara is. We have a fantastic relationship that goes back a long, long way, and I'd always want him to be in a Rangers team that I was watching or I was coaching. So in terms of the speculation, I think some of the clubs that are after him are probably Glenn's, in my opinion, the best version of Glenn is too good to play for them. Would you buy him? Yeah, so would I. It's a pretty obvious one. I really like Malik. He's exactly the type of thing I like about a football player. You know, he takes the ball, he can twist and turn. He's a lovely kid. He just lives for football. He's 20 years old. You can see what he could grow into being. He's the exact type of player that we want at this football club. I don't know the exact fees. Don't know where we're going to go and get it from. But if we can do it, I would definitely sign Malik Tillman, yes.
What do you think's been missing from him this season? The games he's not about performing at the level?
I just think sometimes a 20-year-old boy and the intensity of the league, and I think he's a player that will always play in a team that's, and always perform better in a team that's confident and playing on the front foot. So I don't want to comment on the past. All I can comment on since I've been inside the club the last 2 weeks, he's a boy that every day has got better in the training, better with the ideas, and you know, I think for him today, playing against a German team was important for him, and I thought the 2 finishes were fantastic. It was like a young, I want to use this, don't want to go too far, but like how Michael Ballack used to play, you know, arriving from deep, the header off the set play and the volley. And so that's all Malik can do, is play the next game. I think sometimes we want too much from young players too soon. He's only been in the country 4 or 5 months, and it's fair to say that the style of football is different to what he's been used to. But for me, he's a fantastic talent.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Cheers. Take care, fellas.
Thanks, Michael.